What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin Breeze here, and in this video we're going to be comparing the LG Stylo 4 to the LG Phoenix 4. So without further ado, let's get started. So this version of the LG Stylo 4 is available for $250, and this is the unlocked Amazon Prime exclusive edition. Now this version of the LG Phoenix 4 is locked to AT&T, and it's designed for AT&T prepaid. And this device is available for $59.99. So you can buy at least 4 LG Phoenix 4s for the price of one LG Stylo 4. So it'll be interesting to see if you're getting a lot more with the Stylo 4 than you're getting with the LG Phoenix 4. Now the LG Stylo 4 features a 6.2-inch display, and the LG Phoenix 4 features a 5-inch display, so a smaller display with the LG Phoenix 4. You can see though that the corners on the Phoenix 4 are squared off, whereas the corners on the LG Stylo 4 are rounded. And you can see with the two displays up right next to each other, kind of lined up there on the bottom, you can really see how much larger the display is on the Stylo 4. Now, neither of these devices have a notch on the top, which could be a pro or a con depending on what you're into, but you can see that the screen-to-body ratio is a lot better on the LG Stylo 4 than it is on the LG Phoenix 4. The bezels on the top and bottom especially are much larger. Both devices though feature on-screen Android navigation buttons. The display on the LG Stylo 4 is 1080p, and the display on the LG Phoenix 4 is 720p. Both devices feature a 5-megapixel camera on the front, and the LG Stylo 4 comes with 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, whereas the LG Phoenix 4 features 16 gigabytes. With both devices though, you have the ability to add a microSD card to expand that storage. Now, neither of these two devices offer wireless charging, but that's kind of standard for lower-end smartphones. And on the LG Stylo 4, we get a fingerprint sensor on the back, but on the LG Phoenix 4, this looks like a fingerprint sensor, but it's not. It's just the power button. But taking a look at the backside here, both devices, of course, feature a flash, but on the LG Stylo 4, we get a 13-megapixel camera versus an 8-megapixel camera on the LG Phoenix 4. Neither of these two devices have portrait mode, which is a feature that is pretty common in high-end smartphones, and actually is kind of starting to make its way to lower-end smartphones. On the LG Stylo 4, at least for this version, because the Metro PCS version has 2 gigabytes of RAM, we get 3 gigabytes of RAM here. So 3 gigabytes of RAM with the Amazon Prime exclusive edition LG Stylo 4. Now we do get 2 gigabytes of RAM with the LG Phoenix 4. With the LG Stylo 4, we're getting a Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 processor, and on the LG Phoenix 4, we're getting a Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor. Both devices are capable of taking 1080p video at 30 frames per second, and the LG Stylo 4 features a 3300 mAh battery that's non-removable, and with the LG Phoenix 4, we get a smaller 2500 mAh battery that actually is removable by taking off this back panel. With the LG Stylo 4, we're getting Android 8.0 Oreo, and with the LG Phoenix 4, we're getting a slightly older version of Android coming in with Android 7.0 Nougat. So we have a 6.2-inch display with the LG Stylo 4, a 5-inch display with the LG Phoenix 4. Both devices have front-facing cameras on the top, and they both have the earpiece. Taking a look at the left side here on the LG Stylo 4, we have the volume rockers and the door for the microSD card and SIM card. And on the LG Phoenix 4, all we have on the left side here are the volume rockers. Taking a look at the right side on both devices, on the LG Stylo 4, we have the power button, and on the LG Phoenix 4, there is nothing except for a little kind of slit here where you can stick your finger in to pull off the back panel. Up top here on the LG Stylo 4 and on the LG Phoenix 4, we have the noise-canceling microphone. On the bottom of the LG Stylo 4, we have the stylus, we have the speaker, we have the USB Type-C port, we have the microphone, and finally we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the LG Phoenix 4, on the bottom here, we have the microphone, we have the micro USB port, and we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. So there is no stylus in the LG Phoenix 4, so if you really want a stylus, then you're going to have to get the LG Stylo 4 out of these two devices. And it really is great to see that there is a USB Type-C port on the LG Stylo 4, as that's really the future, and it's great just seeing it on smartphones. And taking a look at the backside of these two devices, like I mentioned before, they both have their cameras with 13 megapixels on the LG Stylo 4 and 8 megapixels on the LG Phoenix 4. Then we have two buttons on the back here, but on the LG Stylo 4, that button is also the fingerprint sensor, but on the LG Phoenix 4, it's just the power button. Then moving down, there's just the two LG logos here, but then on the LG Phoenix 4, we have the speaker. Alright, so now that we've had a chance to go over the hardware of these two devices, let's now compare the speeds of them by comparing some different things here. So we're going to start off with the web browser. So I'm actually going to do Google Chrome on both, just so that it's the consistent same browser. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the LG Stylo 4 was first to pull up the browser here and to pull up all the content. Now next we are going to tap on Yahoo here. So 1, 2, 3, go. And again, the LG Stylo 4 was quicker at pulling up the website. Another interesting thing here that you'll want to kind of keep in mind is how much more content shows up on the LG Stylo 4 in comparison to the LG Phoenix 4. And of course that has to do with the higher resolution display, but also just having the display being larger. Let's now pull up Engadget.com on both devices here. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like it was pretty close, but the LG Phoenix 4 was actually a little bit quicker here with pulling up Engadget. But it actually looks like towards the end, the Stylo 4 was able to catch up. Let's now try playing this video here to see which device is quicker at doing that. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the Stylo 4 was first to pull up content here, so that kind of is everything I wanted to know from that test. So let's just remove both apps here, and let's start up the camera app on both devices to see which one pulls it up first. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it actually looks like in this test, the LG Phoenix 4 was first to pull up the camera. So really from that speed test here, my conclusion is that both devices are actually decently fast, considering that they're both kind of mid-range to entry-level devices. And I can definitely see the edge with the LG Stylo 4 having the better processor of the two. But with that being said, it seems like the Phoenix 4 was able to keep up pretty well with the Stylo 4, so I was very impressed. I think one of the things here that you have to keep in mind is that the Phoenix 4 has a 720p display versus the 1080p display on the Stylo 4, and what that means is that less processing power is required to complete the functions on the Phoenix 4. So despite it having a weaker processor, the processor doesn't need to do as much, so that's why both devices are fairly similar in speed. So you have to decide on your own which one you actually want to buy, as there are price differences, of course, with these two. But if you want to buy either of these, then take a look at the link in the video description, as I'll take you over where you can pick these up for the cheapest prices. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I also have extended coverage on both of these devices on my YouTube channel, so there's a lot of really helpful videos about both of them there, ranging from speed tests to expanded speed tests, full review videos, fingerprint sensor tests, at least on the Stylo 4, and different gaming tests. So there's a lot of really good stuff on the channel. I hope you subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. This is Kevin Breeze here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.